Hi everyone, it's Micca Evans and we are on day 8, so congrats there. You're a week in, and today I'm going to talk about greens. So when we talk about greens, what are they? Greens are a leaf and a stem of something that we eat, and they have so many health benefits. So we just want to encourage you to get the greens in your diet. The darker, the better. The darker they are, the more antioxidants they have. The lighter ones are still good. They just are higher, and they have the fiber is kind of the benefit for eating those things. But the darker green you can go, the more antioxidants they have. So we really want to try to get a variety in. There's kind of 3 categories. So there's leafy greens, there's cruciferous vegetables, and there's herbs. So this gives us a lot of options. Our leafy greens are going to be like our romaine, kind of think of those lettuces. Our iceberg lettuce has no nutritional value. But if we can step it up a notch and get the romaine or leafy green, green leaf lettuce or the red leaf lettuce. There's something called rocket, which I'm not really sure what that is, but it is an option. And then the butter lettuce, that bib butter type lettuce. Those are all the leafy greens that are options for having greens in our diet. Then there's cruciferous vegetables. So that is our spinach, our kale, cauliflower, collard greens, cabbage, broccoli. Let's see, I've got beetroot leaves and sweet potato leaves, bok choy, cabbage, and mustard greens and collard greens. If you know or used collard greens, they're really, really dark. So that means they're really, really good for us. And then you've got herbs. So we've got parsley and basil and coriander and oregano and fresh mint. So all of those are also options to get more greens in our diet. Some health benefits. They aid in cancer-fighting compounds. They aid in digestion and help our bowels move, which is all really important, especially as we're doing a detox and detoxification and helping our liver, keeping those things moving. It improves cognitive function. Who doesn't want more brain power? It helps regulate our glucose. It helps protect our eyes and vision, lower our blood pressure and heart health. It's high in vitamins, and it's great for our immune system and good for detoxification. So if you need an idea of why, those are some options. Pick one, because all of those things are great in helping our bodies to maintain where we're at and improve. So that's a lot of why we do what we do here, is we want to at least maintain and hopefully improve our body and how we are living our day-to-day life, so that we don't digress. We want to continue to improve. So we can pick one of these things as a reason why, if we need a reason why, but there's lots of options. So some ideas on how do I get these greens in my diet. You can just start somewhere. Spinach is kind of a mild option here. The herbs are maybe a nice way to start. Romaine is really mild. The more bitter it is, the better it is for us too. So that arugula, I have to take arugula personally in small doses because it's got a little bite to it, but it's so good for us. So I try to do a little bit here and there. So some options are buying some fresh super greens. Costco has a really big bag of them in their produce section, in the refrigerated cold area of the produce section. You could buy a big bag and throw a handful of that into your smoothie in the morning, or start with a half of a handful. Start somewhere And that's a way to blend it in the blender right along with your smoothie, right along with your protein powder. And it's a way to get some greens in there. You can also, when you buy those bags, you think, oh, that's a really big bag, I'm never going to use all that. You can keep it out in the fridge for a few days, and then as you think, okay, I maybe need to do something with this, throw it in your freezer, and then you can just pull frozen handfuls out. It works just the same. Another thing is you can use those fresh green leafy vegetables, and when you roast some vegetables in the oven, you can take some of those and toss them in there. You maybe give them a little chop, make them a little bit smaller, and as they come out of the oven and you toss those leafy greens in there with your other food, they'll kind of wilt them up, but they'll still have some nutrients in there and they won't be overcooked. And you can get some leafy greens in with those roasted vegetables. You can also freeze them. You could buy some spinach or collard greens or any of the herbs, mustard greens, and you could throw them in a Ziploc baggie. I'll list this in the comments also, but you could throw that in a Ziploc baggie with some berries, zip them up, and have individual bags ready to go. So that could be part of your food prep on Sunday, let's say. And then you'll have a bag and you'll take all the contents of that bag. You can have some blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, whatever berries you like, along with those greens, and then empty that whole thing in your blender right along with your protein powder and your hemp milk or coconut milk and blend it up. And then you've got a quick meal and very, very nutritious meal that you can take as you walk out the door, or you can enjoy. Sometimes that's what I'll do in the afternoon is I need a little boost, or I want to make sure I'm getting my protein, and I'll have that in the afternoon. Doesn't always have to be for breakfast. You can add some kale or spinach to sauces, or you could even blend up some guacamole and avocado and make some guacamole. Put some onion in there. You can put some herbs, some parsley. You can throw a half of a handful or a whole handful of kale or spinach in there, or maybe a little mixture of both, and blend that in your food processor and add that. And you really don't have a lot of taste, but you get to enjoy the benefits of getting that in your diet. You can also buy green powders. Now, right now, as you do the standard process, if you're doing the 21-day or 28-day, you have greens built into that protein powder. So you are getting those benefits right along with your protein. I, after the detox, use one that doesn't have the greens in it. And so I add some greens to it. This is Ancient Nutrition. If you know Dr. Axe, this is his product. And it is super greens. It's organic. Once again, we want to read the ingredients when we're buying something in a container or package. We want to make sure that it's organic as much as possible and there's not any fillers and junk. This is just greens, and then it's also got herbs. It's got a digestive blend, so it's got the digestive enzymes built right into this green powder, and it's also got some fermented mushroom and other good products in here. But when you read this, you've got your alfalfa grass, you've got your beetroot, all those kinds of healthy things to add a little green to my diet. So I will put this in my shake every single time I have a shake. Once again, you've got that in your shakes right now, but going forward after this, you can always have that, something like that on hand. And it's also one of those things, we don't need sweeteners in it. We just want the greens. So when we're adding it to something, you could add something like this to chia pudding. You can add it to your protein shakes. You can do a variety of things. I just typically put it in my protein shake so I know I'm getting some extra greens in my diet. You can also add the greens to your stir fry. So you could stir fry some vegetables, and at the last little minute or so, throw in some spinach, throw in some Swiss chard or mustard greens. So anyway, kind of give those a rough chop, throw those in, they wilt a little bit, and you turn your heat off and you're done. Also, add it to scrambled eggs. I throw spinach in at the last second on scrambled eggs all the time, and really there's not a lot of flavor to it. So it just wilts it and it's done, and you can know that you're getting good nutrients in your meal. And then the other thing is that veggie mashup that we talked about kind of when we started the program. It's great to get, this is a great way to sneak some of that stuff in that you might not just go and buy and put in with your scrambled eggs. You can put it in your veggie mashup, and you can have a huge variety of vegetables and root vegetables in there, like your garlic and your ginger and things like that. And then you can get quite a variety right there in that veggie mashup and throw that into your scrambled eggs or throw that into your smoothie. And then that's another way to get some greens in there. I talked a lot about the green leafy things, but we also, did I mention the cruciferous vegetables, the Brussels sprouts? I don't know if I said those. So you can roast some Brussels sprouts and throw some greens in after it comes out of the oven. Let's see, I feel like I'm maybe missing something, but have you tried any greens? Have you added any greens this go round? If you've done this before, or if this is your first time, how are you getting greens in? And if you haven't, make that a goal. Maybe that can be part of what you're doing to move forward, adding those greens in, because guys, they are so, so good for us. And it's pretty easy to add those in and get those health benefits. So try to have them as in a variety of ways. Fresh in your smoothie, saute them in your scrambled eggs, throw them in your roasted vegetables at the end. All those different ways that we cook all have good health benefits. So anyway, I hope this is helpful, and let us know if you have any questions, and let us know if you've tried this, or if you have, if you want to try it, but you maybe want a specific recipe, just let us know and we will help you with that. So hope you'll give it a try, and we'll see you next time.